In this video, we are making some evil eye coasters, and I am so obsessed. Even my nails are evil eye. Let's go. I am so excited to be finally pouring into these molds. This is a set which was from Crazy Mold, and I will link all the details in the description along with the discount code. Basically, I decide I want to do one of the circles with UV resin because I want to use some interference powder and sort of give it like a 3D look. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I haven't done it before, so we will find out together. So I'm using this Jade Diction Officials resin and just going to start by pouring it in this center circle. And I'm going to do that for all of them. Once I've put the UV resin down, I'm going to quickly pop a few bubbles that I can see using a little toothpick. And I'm going to set my UV lamp on each one of them to cure.
Little longer than a few minutes later.
These are all cured now. It took a couple of minutes on each of them, and now I'm going to be dusting some interference blue. Now, the thing with interference micas is that they don't really show the color in the bottle, but it's when they're against a black background is when you see the color and the shimmer. So I am just dusting that on my UV resin, and again, like I said, I don't know if this is going to make any difference. I mean, in my head it looks 3D when it comes out, but again, we'll find out together. And what I'm doing there is just dusting off the excess of the powder into a little tissue on the side. And I will come back and wipe off whatever's dripped off on the molds. Now I'm just coming back and giving them a wipe from where the powder's gone into other areas. Okay, so it's time for resin. So I have mixed up my Jade Diction Officials resin. Again, I'm going to put the links and discount codes in the description below, and we're only going to work with two colors for now. I'm going to mix up a tiny amount of black, which I have done, and we are going to pour that on the bit where we did the UV and the dusting. And the rest of the clear I'm going to tint blue. It needs to be a transparent blue, just in keeping with the evil eye. And I'm really pleased with the color because I wanted to be quite particular about the color. I wanted like a specific blue, and I'm really happy with the color. And just for ease of pouring, I'm going to put it into a small cup, and that will just help me handle it better and pour it into the little bits in the mold. So this one is going into the outer ring of this mold. I'm not filling this up all the way to the top yet. And the rest of it goes into the holder. And I have to tell you guys, I was so impressed at that stage because literally I had the right amount of resin mixed up for this. And if you're a resin artist, you know that that's a good moment.
4 hours later.
Right, so this is after 4 hours. I've mixed up a tiny bit more resin and I've added the same blue tint. And all I'm doing now is filling them up to the top. So at first, as I mentioned, I didn't fill them up to the top just because obviously I didn't want my black resin and my blue resin to mix. But now that they've had time to set, I can fill these up to the top. And even though these are going to be the base of the coasters, I would like them to be nice and leveled. I suppose you could skip this step, you know, because this is the bottom of the coasters at the end of the day. So I suppose you could leave them as it is and not come back and do this, but I decided to anyway. So nice and simple, just come back, fill them up to the top, and I'm just going to pop a few bubbles and see you the next day.
The next day.
So it's the next day, these have all cured, and we're gonna unmold these because we're gonna do the next steps on this. At this point, I think everything is too blue because my background's blue and these are blue, and I decided I'm gonna put my white mat on just so you can see the colors better as we go along. Here goes. So I'm going to go nice and easy, nice and slow, and molding the holder. It's coming off nice and easy. There we go, that's what it looks like. And I have to say, like, it looks like glass. Like, I'm so impressed with the color and the finish, and there's hardly any bubbles in it, so it just seems like glass to me. So super happy at this stage. Now I don't know if you can see the UV bit that we did, but you will definitely be able to see it in the finished product video in the end. But yeah, I'm really glad I did that because it does give a little 3D effect and just adds in another dimension to the piece. And at this stage, I'm just checking to see if they fit in the holder, and of course they do. And so we're ready for the next steps. I have once again mixed up some resin, and this is some white and a tiny bit of black. So the black needs to go in the center circle, and because it's such a small area, I thought I'm going to use my pipette to put it in just so it doesn't end up going everywhere. And I start doing that and soon realized that it was just being annoying using the pipette, so I thought I'm just going to have some faith in myself and go on with my cup, and it worked fine. So that's the black, and then I can go on with the white on my sides.
Later that same evening.
Right, so this is now set, and before I do the top coat, I decide I'm going to edge these in gold. This is an optional step, but I did want a gold edge, and the fact that I'm going to do a top coat on it anyway, I thought I will do the edging before that. You could obviously do this step after the top coat as well. If you're liking this video, do comment, like and subscribe. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. I know I've said it before, but honestly, like once I've put the gold edge on, these totally look like glass and not resin, and I am in love. Right, time for top coat, and I'm going to dome these. So just carefully putting a tiny bit of resin in the center, and I'm just going to use my popsicle stick to spread it out to the edges. Quick torch for bubbles, and we are going to let this cure, and then we're finally done with this. I know it had a lot of layers, but I am loving these, and this was so worth it.
The next day.
And that's what they look like, you guys. Do you see what I mean about the glass? I mean, they do not look like resin at all. They look amazing. I love it. Let me bring you close to show you the center now of the UV resin that we did. I just think that looks 3D and gives it like a really nice 3-dimension look, and I love it. Once again, I'm going to put everything in the description below, and let me know what you think.